Our next topic is percentage and interest. So what is a percentage? The term percent comes from the Latin percentum, which means per hundred and denoted by the sign. To explain you what concept of percentage means, let's have a look at quick example. So let's say we have a football player who needs to score a goal, and per every 100 shot that he makes, he scores goals 65 times. Then scoring ratio of this player will be 65%. So for our example, the total shots will be the basic value, the number of successful goals will be percentage value, and the scoring ratio will be a percent rate or percentage. So there are three typical types of problems in the calculus of percentage. So first types of a problem will be finding percentage value. For example, what is 5% of 120 euro? For example, there is a 5% discount on a dress that costs 120 euro. And we want to find out what kind of benefit we get from this discount. So 5% of 120 will be 5 divided to 100 multiplied to 120, which is 6 euros. 5% will be the percentage. 120 is a basic value. And 6 euro is calculated percentage value. The second type of the problem will be finding a percentage. For example, what percentage of 120 euro is 6 euro? Note that basic value is a 100%. Here we can also do the step-by-step solution with this rule of 3. Since 120 euro corresponds to 100%, then 1 euro in percentage will be 100 divided to 120. And 6 euro will be this ratio multiplied by 6, which is 5%. It means that 6 euro is 5% of 120 euro. Third type of problem is finding a basic value. So for example, 150% of basic value corresponds to 180 euro. So what is a basic value for this case? Here we can also use the rule of 3, step-by-step solution. So if 150 corresponds to 180 euro, then 1% of basic value is 180 euro divided to 150. Or in other words, 1.2 euro. If 1% corresponds to 1.2, then 100% will be 1.2 euro multiplied to 100, which is 120 euro. Since we covered all three problems connected to percentage, now we can move on to the very interesting topic that involves both percentages and proportionality. Let's say you want to buy a new laptop for your studies, but unfortunately you don't have enough money for this. And you decided to borrow some amount from the bank. Money you get from the bank, it's called loan. When you will return money to the bank, you will pay initial money that you borrowed plus some extra amount on top, which is called interest. The amount of interest is normally determined by a percentage called interest rate. The interest rate is proportional to the borrowed amount. So, for example, let's say you borrowed 2,000 euros to buy this new laptop, and bank told you that you need to pay 2.4 interest per year. So how much interest do you pay at the end of the year? So in order to find the interest, we rewrite the percent in fractional form and we multiply it with the amount of money you borrowed. So by multiplying this, we find out that 48 euro is the amount that you will return on the top of the money you borrowed. So totally you will return to the bank 2048 euros. This is a simple interest. Let's have a look on another example. Let's say at the beginning of 2020, you decided to open a savings account in a bank and put there 32,000 euros. The savings account pays 5% interest per year on your balance at the end of the year. And since today is 2022, how much money you will have at the end of this year? Let's calculate it for each year separately. As in the previous example, by the end of first year, on your account, you will have 32,000 euros that you put, plus the interest that bank paid you. We can also rewrite it like this here. In total, you will get 33,600. So by the second year, this amount that was by the end of first year will go as a starting balance. So by the end of the year, you will get 5% will be already calculated on 33,600 euros, which we also can rewrite as the following. So in total, we get 35,280. So finally, by the end of the third year, which we're interested in, you will have 35,280 plus the interest rate of 5%, which was calculated on this amount, which we can also rewrite as the following. And finally, we get 37,044 euros by the end of 2022. So this is called compound interest. And from this example, we can derive a formula. If we name initial 32,000 euros as principal amount, then 5% per year will be the interest rate. Then the final balance will grow according to this formula. So by using this formula, we can further calculate interest to as many years as we're interested in. If you want to know what balance of savings account will be in 10 years, we can easily calculate it by using this formula. So this is the end of the chapter 2, and my congratulations. See you in the next chapter.